Even the trucks in Japan talk. It says that it's turning left and be careful. 左に止まります。曲がります。ご注意してください. That's pretty cool. All right, guys. This is the continuation for those that are insiders and Patreon members. The samurai are here with us this time. How cool. And that there is Harajuku Station and the old Harajuku Station and the Docomo Tower in the distance. And we're going to walk from here all the way down to Omotesando, take a little bit of look around. And I got to come back this way because my bicycle is right there on the other side of the street. I guess there it is. So I got to come back up this way. All right, let's do this. A lot of people used to hang out here eating popcorn, but I think the popcorn shop is either out of business or nobody's buying that popcorn anymore. It's mostly a tourist thing anyways. Speaking of tourist thing, bubble tea, come on. No, Shibra is going to disagree with me. We've had discussions on this. That's interesting. So make sure you keep your Harajuku clean, everybody. All right, let's do a walk. Garrett's is right there. There's no line. There used to be a line for like 1 or 2 hours to get popcorn. I'm serious. 1 or 2 hours used to be the line. From Harajuku Station, you can go through Takeshita Street or you can come this way. Takeshita Street is not my favorite street. I think a lot of you know that. What? Really? I would love to go in and try this once. Hedgehog Cafe. Cool is that? They have some here. Oh, Hedgehog Harry. 持ってますか? Hedgehog. あ、段ボールだけ。なるほど。だから持ってると思った。大丈夫。ありがとうございます。I thought she had in the box some hedgehogs. That would have been cool to take a look at them. How could you not name your hedgehog Sonic? Right? Well, she was there like 10 minutes ago when I was walking past there. It's strange to see her again. Whoa. Look at that. He's walking on Geita. And there's only one. Everyone thinks that high heels are tough. This guy's awesome. Really? I've never seen that before. I know there must be some sort of tradition on there, but now that I know, I'm gonna research and look into this because that's kind of neat. This shop here is a Nike store. I believe it used to be either SoftBank or was this Nike store here? I'm not sure. Maybe the next stop is a SoftBank. If you do have the next one is SoftBank. If you do have if you can't speak any Japanese at all, this SoftBank shop has a lot of English speakers and they will help you out. If you can't get anything sorted at the airport, you can come here and they will. I've been here when I was using SoftBank. Now I'm using Docomo because the signal is just stronger. And they're the first ones with 5G as well. So it just kind of makes sense to go with the best. So Docomo would be like Verizon and SoftBank would be like, what's the Verizon's competitor? Whoever it is, AT&T maybe? No. Probably the other one, T-Mobile. Gold's Gym went out of business in the US, but it's doing well here. They reopened a few weeks ago. You can see there's a Gold's Gym across the street. SoftBank owns T-Mobile. There you go. That's who they are. I never had good service at SoftBank. Just the staff has always been, they don't know what they're doing, and Docomo, they kind of do. It's just older company, I guess. They're into the more omotenashi kind of service. But most foreigners go to SoftBank because they were known as the cheaper one. But Docomo and them are pretty much the same these days. A lot of the cell phone companies had family plans, and if you didn't have a family, you went to the competitor, which didn't have family plans. And that used to be SoftBank, but now they all do. Oh man, so Condomania bit the dust. So did the Chicago used clothing store that used to be over there. And Harajuku's condominium was here. And they even took out the UFJ Bank. There used to be a UFJ, Tokyo Mitsubishi UFJ Bank. That's gone. Even the, what? So the Jonathan's or the Denny's up there is gone as well. That's an interesting note. So this is still Harajuku, but this intersection is a pretty pivotal one. Up there, you can take the escalator, and there's a pretty cool Starbucks. I don't know if you're into that, but the top floor there where the trees are, you can get and sit and sip your Starbucks in what's like a park on top of the building, and it's pretty quiet up there. There's usually not a lot of people up there. They can't find it because the sign is hard to see. Do you see it? But for those of you who have been to Harajuku before, you know. I don't have to tell you anything. I could just be quiet and just let the camera roam around. Follow the flannel. Might as well. It's so hot today. This is one of the coolest entrances in Tokyo. And we're gonna come back around now. Let's give some distance here. Very artistic entrance. Kind of like it. All right, let's take a couple minutes and walk up this way. Just show you a little bit of the amazing Omotesando. I kind of like this neighborhood more than Harajuku. It's a little bit more relaxed. I like the tree lines. They call this the Champs-Élysées of Tokyo. I get that. Omotesando Hills is open. All the shops are open. Infection rates in Tokyo have been spiking. They were at 30, then 40, then 50, and I think yesterday Kanai said they're at 60 now. So that's a small number compared to the rest of like the US, but we all know that testing is a lot harder. And that Lawson's is still here. It's a nice looking bakery. I gotta find something to pick up. For those of you who don't know, I actually do use those super chats to buy Kanai stuff. Mostly food. I take her on dates, or we do stuff like the kaiseki ryori bentos were pretty pricey. That all came from that. But you gotta put whatever you get, you have to put it back into the show to make it better. If you do walk around Harajuku, this area is a lot better than the Takeshita Street. These little side streets, this is where all the satellite shops are. And you'll get a much better vibe of the area on the side streets than you do on Takeshita. I avoid Takeshita. Arigato. Oh, I thought that was construction. No, that's skateboarders. Oh, is this the super wide? Did YouTube update and give me super wide? Nice. Yeah, there it is. It's not a very far walk to get around, but knowing the side alleys of Omotesando is really helpful because they don't all connect. A lot of these kept the same shape after World War II. They did not make the grid pattern here. They just kind of kept the old buildings. Kanazawa, we had this discussion with Kanazawa last week. The head of the city, one of the city head staff there, told me that because Kanazawa and Kyoto were passed up and were not bombed during World War II, a lot of the history still remains in Kanazawa and Kyoto, and the streets are so chaotic in Kanazawa because of that. So you can see a lot of the history in the streets. This is Katsudori, Cat Street. No cats. But sometimes that guy who has the shopping bag of cats is here hanging out for pictures. A lot of expats that come that end up living in Tokyo, they will know the next destination as we walk back up towards Harajuku so I can get my bicycle. I'll just keep live streaming for the next couple of minutes. This is Kittyland, and I think those are plushies, or no, what are they? Like those squeezy toys. But no one's in there because it's a tourist store. Locals are like, what? I don't need to go in there. I can buy it off of Amazon. Back here, you'll find, all right, let's do it. I want to do an episode on the alleys of Omotesando, and I'm going to take everybody back here. But it's pretty neat because I've had so many meetings with friends in these cafes. Nobody eats off of the main street. You go in the side streets of Omotesando, and you'll find so many little bistros and cafes and really stylish, cool places. Many of them on this street have been here for as long as I can remember. This one is all brand new. This is a Thai restaurant that's been in operation for a long time. It spills out onto the street and it kind of feels like Bangkok. It's kind of cool. Kind of feels like Bangkok there. This is a pretty good gyoza restaurant. You see that? They put the vinyl over it to make sure that you don't get anybody sick. This building, before this building was here, it used to be one of my favorite cafes was right on the floor here, but they built this building and that cafe had bit the dust. Really nice owner. There's a nice Starbucks if you go straight, but why would you go to Starbucks when you have these really cool cafes, right? Brendan's loving that gyoza. Carrie's loving that Thailand. Life is a highway? No, not there. That's kind of expensive. 10 minutes for $3. From 8 a.m. to 2 a.m. Whoa, those hours stink too. Only for 6 hours do they give a discount. That's such a ripoff. This is what I was talking about with the expats. All of my friends that are expats, they all want to go here. After about 3 months of living in Japan, especially Americans, they all hit up this TGI Fridays at least once. And you can see the prices here seem to have gone down to try to lure people back in. There's no tipping in here, but if you do tip, I think because it's an American restaurant, they do appreciate it. Wow, I should take Kanai here because this is like a little piece of America. It's a $17 avocado mozzarella bacon burger. Nice. So, there you go. It's a little piece of America in there. It's right off of this. Across the street is pretty good ramen. Then again, like if you're visiting here and you're going to be going back to the U.S., why would you get ramen? Why would you do that? Sorry, why would you get TGI Fridays? But my friends, Dan and Lincoln, I love them. They have a channel called What's Inside. Every time they come here, they're eating McDonald's. They're so American. I love it. I said, so what did you eat last night for dinner? He says, oh, we ordered Domino's. I love it. And then every now and then, I take them out, and then they get exposure to Japan here. But in Tokyo, it's so easy to stay American. Here, you can see off of the main street. Very, very lively side streets to this area. You don't want to be hanging out on the main streets. It's kind of cool and all that. Get lost. That's what I like to say when you're walking around. Get lost. Take one day in your itinerary to just do nothing except walk around and get lost. You'll thank me for it later. I should take them what's inside a ramen shop. That video would do so awesome on their channel. I think we'll do that next time. I don't know if you guys like their channel or not. I do. I like them as people because they're just so nice. And they gave me a shout out on their Instagram when I opened up the new channel. They didn't have to do that. That's how you know who your friends are, right? When you need a little bit of help, the ones that step in and give you a helping hand are the ones you know they're really good friends. This way will take you to Shibuya. So I want to just give you some inside information because I always try to do that in these live streams. If you're wondering, a lot of people do live here. I don't know if there's some stories maybe I shouldn't tell you. So like 15 years ago, when I first moved to Tokyo, I was dating somebody. Her father was very, very big at a big company. Like, what am I supposed to tell you? Anyways, she lived back here. And behind all of this, between here and the Yoyogi National Stadium, are residential areas of the super rich. And it's very, very interesting to walk back there on this side. That's where her house was. And because I met her when there was a Gap here. No, I met her at a barbecue, and then she said she works at the Gap. I said, oh, that's cool, I'll stop by. And she helped me buy some jeans. And then after I bought these jeans, then afterwards we went over to her house, go check it out. Her dad works really late. We went in there and, I don't know, just like watched TV, and then I left. That's all I'm going to tell you anyways. It was like 15 years ago. It was 2005. We're still Facebook friends. She used to work at Kewpie as one of the heads of marketing over there. So I think I can get I'll reconnect with her and see if I can get some inside of the mayonnaise factory. That'd be pretty sweet. Don't tell anybody. Don't tell Kanai that story. Actually, I think she knows. She's seen all the pictures of everybody that I dated over the last 20 years. She maybe throw them away. Smart girl. Whoa, that's a pretty stylish hand sanitizer. Check this out. Zada's got a pretty sweet hand sanitizer. Look at that. Talk about stylish. Oh, so the Chicago used clothing thrift shop moved here, I guess. So you go up to the second floor, you can still see it. They had to move locations. They tore down that old building. The smoking areas here, I'm surprised they still have them. But they've put some glass, but obviously that's not enough. More and more smokers are gonna get pushed out of the Japanese. The JT, or Japan Tobacco, is very, very strong in this country. And they have a lot of ties to the political parties, and that's why it took so long for Japan to change to non-smoking. It became more of a health issue. And now the style has changed over the last 10 years. Thanks so much for whether you like them or not, Starbucks really was one of those people pushing that change. When they started a non-smoking cafe, whoa. People were shocked that that was actually something people wanted here. And the result was a lot of places started to go non-smoking. And now Tokyo is, the mayor who's in an election is thinking of doing non-smoking everywhere. So I told Kanai, you vote for who you want, but I would vote for her if I could vote. I think she's been doing a pretty good job. So here we are. There you go, everybody. It's kind of neat. I like doing the extra. Okay, we're in a safe area. I like doing the extra live stream. Show you around a little bit more. I gotta get back. I got a ton of editing. I want to try to get this new episode out. It's pretty much done. The animated opening is done. We're still doing little tweaks to it, but there's no reason why I can't release that video. For our moderators, many of them are here. I'm going to probably do a Q&A live stream for two reasons on the new channel. One, because I think it would be good to do a Q&A, and I want to see if WoW has any feedback. WoW was supposed to change the channel name back to WoW You Only in Japan, but it didn't happen. So we're gonna see what they have to say. I always show respect to people, even if you disagree with them. This is something that I strongly believe in. So let's see if they have anything to say over the next 24 hours, and then I'll do a Q&A, and then maybe I could put this in to help them explain. I don't know. They haven't done any press releases or anything yet, which has led to even more confusion. But yeah, the only thing that you have to know is that I'm not uploading content there, and I'm starting over because it just is a smart thing to do. I don't know why I was actually doing that with them for that long of a time. I'll be honest with you. I think I did it just because of you. Just because it felt like the right thing to do to keep making the channel, but the more I think about it now, it was foolish of me to stay for as long as I did. Sometimes we do things we're not thinking clearly, but now I'm on a better course. That's what I was talking about before. So thanks everybody, little insider live stream. That's the globe. Japan was so excited that the world was coming here. It's kind of this retro globe on top of it. I love that. It's a little bit, but you can expect I'm gonna try to do edited episodes at least once a week. I'm gonna really try to push myself on there. And that's just because I can now. I can do whatever I want, and this is a really important thing. All right, everybody, have a good day. Thank you so much for being an insider. I'm gonna tell you the total, how much money we've raised for MPO Florence in a couple of days, let everything settle. And I'll probably go over there in a live stream or talk with them on Zoom, because I wanna know more about the charity, and I think it's pretty cool to get a chance to talk with them. I think it's gonna be about 100,000 yen. Kanai and I are gonna make the difference up, but if we can't get there, I think we're about 20,000 yen short, but Kanai and I will make up the difference, and I want to make sure it's at least like 100,000 yen. It should be a sizable donation, I think. I think this is something really cool. So it's not just extra content. I really want to do something good with this. What's this charity? It's called NPO Florence, FLORENCE. It's a Japanese charity that's reputable and well known here in Japan for helping kids. And Kanai and I looked at so many different charities. This one looked like it was the best for this time, and we'll try to do this a couple of times a year, I think, and it's something we can do for our community. All right, guys, have a good day. Hey, Chris Hansen's here. Have a good day, everybody. Thanks so much for supporting on Patreon and on YouTube, and I'll see you in another live stream probably tomorrow because it's going to be a very, very busy week. I'll be in Kanazawa all next week, too. It's going to be pretty exciting. Later, Gator.